Stop babbling. Struggling to ask a clear, concise question is a very common thing that I see damage executive presence. If you want to be an executive, you must speak like one. Here is how to make a better impression. In all my classes, we always do a live Q&A. Everyone has experienced someone who gets up to the microphone and rambles without arriving at a clear question, leaving others wondering what they are talking about. Surprisingly, this even happens in my executive class, Cracking the C-Suite, where people are hoping to get chief officer jobs. Before the Q&A, I always tell the class that this is a chance to practice and demonstrate their executive presence by asking a concise, clear question. I then give them time to prepare. While a few succeed, most do not. The main reasons that some struggle are these. 1. They do not write out their question. It is one thing to struggle when you are put on the spot, but all of these people have time to prepare. However, they simply decide what they want to ask in their minds and do no further preparation. This is a mistake. Write your question down in its clearest and most concise version. 2. They do not practice the question. After writing the question down, it would take less than a minute to speak your question out loud a couple of times to get used to stating it quickly and clearly. You should practice your question as though it were a short public speaking opportunity. In essence, it is. 3. They over-contextualize and qualify. We all think our own lives are fascinating and that the context of our situation really matters. But, in most cases, it doesn't. The core questions that people ask are very simple, such as my boss micromanages me. How can I change that? The exact type of micromanagement makes almost no difference. Cut out all but the most necessary context and realize that if the person answering your question needs more context, they can simply ask. For verbal fidgeting, we often say too much because we are nervous and uncertain, and saying too much makes us look and sound exactly that way. I call this verbal fidgeting because it is touching and playing with words to ease our nerves, just as we sometimes do with physical objects. Executive presence is amplified by short, powerful, direct, declarative sentences. Recognize if you have the tendency to fidget and combat it by preparing and practicing your question until you no longer need to. Readers who in your life could benefit from stronger speaking skills. Send them this post and share any other tips for improved speaking question asking.